Hello everyone and welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Well, it's been a pretty busy week and I apologize that it didn't come out sooner. However, I do stay true to my word, giving 2 episodes a week. I did a couple of things in between episodes, mainly to speed up some time, because I know last episode I said I was going to do the Twilight Forest, just so we can see if we can get like an uncrafting table or something like that going. So I have created a portal to the Twilight Forest. That's really all I did, and I jumped in there to try and generate the world so that, it avoids the lag. Other than that, that's really all I did. So today's episode of our Hexxit Let's Play, we're going to try... Oh, my Minecraft sound isn't on. I don't know why. Anyway, for today's episode of my Hexxit Let's Play, we're going to try and go into the Twilight Forest. And we're going to try and find a labyrinth. So going in there, we should probably bring with us some blocks. And yeah, that's really about all we need. Oh, and the torch thing, but we have our staff for that. So let's bring some blocks. You know what? Let's get some actual cobblestone. Sounds like a better idea. I think a stack should be just fine. So, like I said, we're going to try and go to the Twilight Forest, and I really hope that I could find some type of labyrinth, because I should have done pre-exploration before the vid, because I don't want to waste so much time looking for a labyrinth. So if I can't find a labyrinth, maybe we'll look for like a lich tower or something like that. I haven't done too much exploring in the overworld. However, I could potentially explore this castle, which I once again had marked. But for some reason, no, this is not the Twilight Forest. For some reason, it disappeared. I really don't know why it disappears. I don't know why this add-on doesn't always save the waypoints. But if things get too crazy and we're not finding anything in the Twilight Forest, in order to give you guys some content, I'm going to probably try and go right to this castle. So if that has to happen, it has to happen. But for now, we'll just try out the Twilight Forest. I've also created a marker for the Twilight Forest, for things we find in the Twilight Forest. I find that's probably the easiest way to, to basically just keep things in track. Because unlike the Nether, the Twilight Forest markers are where they're supposed to be. And the sound, there's no sound, is kind of annoying, because I at least like to hear, the breaking of stuff, and it's not making a difference. But, alright, whatever. Hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. Like I always do with some of my videos, if I find something, I always try and throw in some ambient music of some type. So, this type, I'll especially probably try and throw in some type of ambient background music for the episode, because the sound isn't working. At least you can hear me, because I did do a pre-recorded test, and, my mic's working. But, that's it. So we're in the Twilight Forest, and we're looking for some type of labyrinth. And you know what? I can't find one anywhere. Usually they're... okay. I just got stuck in a block of iron. Alright. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Is there anything on our map? There's this. Trying to find a labyrinth. A Twilight Clearing. I want to check that out. Trying to find a labyrinth. Usually they're not really marked on the map, because they're underground. But their entrances can be like a number of different places. They can be under... Oh, that would have been bad. I have a thing for falling in caverns, as you all know. They could have been under... They could be under a hut. They could be hidden by something. They're not like... super easy to find. Some are just standing out in the open. But, what is this? Oh, this is an Ars Magica. I didn't know Ars Magica generates in the Twilight Forest. Alright, well that's news to me. We could also explore this. I mean, it takes a while. Last episode, what did it take? Why does this look different? You see that, right? I'm probably not going to be able to break it because it's Ars Magica. Yeah, of course not. I mean, last time we came across one of these structures, it took like the whole episode just to make our way through it. So I could look into it, but I'm trying to go to the Twilight Clearing and I'm going the completely wrong way. I could look into it, but like I said, I want to try and find a maze so we can get a focusing crystal. You know, because, well, I need the uncrafting table. This is the entrance right here, right? Yeah, let's mark this up. We'll mark you as the Ars Magica structure. I mean, it's massive on the map, and I really don't think I need to mark that. But, you know, just because I have it's a good habit. Why am I lagging all over the place? Alright, let's go try and see what this Twilight Clearing is about. I always loved the Twilight Forest mod. I mean, it's just got like such an ambience about it, you know? It looks totally different from the overworld. You know, like, yeah, the terrain generation is similar, but like, look, the sky, totally unique. You know, the trees, the tall canopies. Twilight Forest has to be like one of my all-time favorite mods. I really think that it would be considered a favorite of mine, like a top favorite of mine. And I got quite a few mods that I really enjoy, but Twilight Forest is definitely up there on that list. And this is the Twilight Clearing. Apparently there's not really much here. And like I said, I don't really want to spend the whole episode just exploring the Twilight Forest. I mean, I'm sure you guys wouldn't... What is that? Wait a minute. Is that another Ars Magica structure? That box? I don't know if you're seeing it on the map because I think my cursor's still hidden. I have to remember to turn that off. See, because as you know, for the subscribers of my channel, I record a lot of other different videos, mainly World of Warcraft. People are now asking. I've got a couple messages doing requests for. I actually play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. I've got a couple requests for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels using the online dueling application. That's mostly from another gaming site that I'm a fan of. Well, actually, one of the administrators of. Yeah, this is another Ars Magica building. So, you know what? Why don't we do something? Why don't we do something different? Why don't we just explore this, get whatever treasures inside it, because, you know, it's best to do something than nothing. This is such weird terrain generation. It's really a little messed up. I guess they tried, because it got put over water so it couldn't judge the depth properly. But, you know what? That's what we got our cobblestone for. So let's see, the boundaries of it should be, like, right here. Yeah, okay. So let's go up. And this is, yeah, it's one of the, look how messed up that is. This is one of the standard structures. You know, I've come across them before. We go up top, we walk the catwalk, and we look for the ladder on the wall, which is right there. And jump, and we're in. And then there's the keystone. There's probably some real name for it, but I just like keystone. You know, I never actually checked the floor above the keystones, did I? In all the times I've explored these. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Because, yeah, that's the chest that was always at the top. And we got a Pull of the Watery Grave. Oh, that sounds interesting. Let's put some of the stuff in the bags here. We got some herb stuff. Seeds. Put that in there, that in there. And some ores. We're gonna put them away. Just to keep our bag space clean. Okay. And let's explore the rest of this. This way we have something for content for this episode. See, that's why I always hesitate about going into, like, new areas while filming. You know, like, live filming. because I'm always hesitant that I'm not going to find something that would interest the audience, and that's not necessarily true, because I know that, you know, I really shouldn't be using water arrows on these things. I really shouldn't. That's a bad idea, because it looks like the water arrow entity. Let's see. Yeah, probably shouldn't be using it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't like to go exploring without doing like a pre-check, because if I just start exploring and, you know, there's nothing that I'm exploring. So I go on an adventure and I'm filming it and I find nothing. Well, that sucks, because, you know, I think it sucks. I mean, you guys may not mind it, because, you know, whether I have good commentary or I'm just a goofball or whatever the case may be, you guys and girls may not mind it. But I don't know. So actually, that's something I can open up. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you mind just these episodes where I'm exploring? You know, it's not like I'm just sitting around building something. I'm looking for stuff, just not finding anything. Or should I maybe like do some pre-exploration every once in a while, and, you know, say, all right, well, this episode we're going to do this. Basically, like I did last episode, where I said, all right, I found the labyrinth, and we're going to go explore it. So let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I should have thought of that a lot earlier, but I didn't, because I'm a goofball. Anyway, where was I? Let's see. What is this giant structure right here? Let's mark it as unknown. We'll check that out. Why not? Maybe we'll stumble across a labyrinth along the way. This Twilight Forest, not for nothing, seems extremely deserted. There's like, I haven't seen a single monster, really, anywhere. What kind of wood am I getting, by the way? What is this? Uh-oh. Is it going to break all of them? Yep. Yeah, in Hexxit 1. A dimensional dungeon in the Twilight Forest. That, I don't trust that. I really don't trust that, especially if you all recall, what was it, episode 1? I don't know, episode 1 to 4, somewhere in there. Remember when we went into the dimensional dungeon and the entire place bugged out on me? Now to have one in a totally separate dimension, I think Twilight Forest is like dimension 7 or something, that's a little freaky. However, I'm an adventurer, so I will mark it. And perhaps in another episode when I'm a little more gutsy, I'll go explore it to see if it actually works or if it crashes my world. I hope it doesn't crash the world, although I do create nightly backups of it, so I'm not that frightened. Because with the crash... What is this? Oh, look at what we found. We found a maze. Yes, we certainly did. And we're going to mark this up right now. Maze 1, we'll call it. Now, I know that is like... You guys probably are like clapping right now for me, because that was pure greatness right there. Why am I trying to break these? I know you can't break them. Well, that's an understatement. You can break them. However, I know it takes an incredibly long time unless you have a maze breaker. But these blocks are just so awesome. And with this texture pack, it's amazing. It's fantastic. So, here's our floor. We actually have the magic mirror on us. I wonder if this will work to help us get out of the maze. Let's see. Open sky. Yeah. I should have recorded the distance, the direction. But, yeah, what luck is that, being able to stumble across this like that. And I just caught it at the corner of my eye, too. I guess I could thank the Dimensional Dungeon for that one. And we're still doing good on recording time, too. We have, we got like 13 minutes left, I think. Plus 15 minutes left. Plus, you know, I'll go a little over if I really get into it and stuff. So first things first, we don't really want to jump down because, well, Not for nothing. It is a long fall. Let's make a little staircase going down. This is gonna suck with sound not working because I know these mazes are notorious for having creepers in them. And I'm not gonna hear them, so it's gonna be terrible. But it's okay. I'll make do. Come on. One more. Little more. Alright, should almost be there. There we go. Alright, good. What? Really? Is this really happening right now? I stumbled across a maze that has no floor. I have to say, in all the time I've been using Twilight Forest, and I'm being totally sincere about this right now, I have never once stumbled across an empty maze. Never once. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of upset right now, because I really thought that that was going to be something. And is there anything behind it? No, nothing behind it. Alright, well, we'll be right back, because I'm gonna, I'll be right back. I'm gonna probably make my way down somewhere around here, but, I'll be right back. Alright, YouTube, we're about halfway here, so I figured turn the recording back on. Yeah, so that was a disappointment last go around. Really wasn't expecting to come across an empty maze. Of all things, an empty maze. Anyway, there's really nothing else around here except the Ars Magica building. I'm hoping that this particular thing is something worthwhile. But that empty maze really just threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that. What is this? This is like, could this be one of those hollows? Ooh. Hello. This is my favorite ore. This is Vinium, I think it is. Yeah, Vintium. It's an Ars Magica ore, and it's kind of rare to be found. It's usually found on the same level as gold. There wasn't much of it in the spawn area because Ars Magica was put into the, I put Ars Magica into the server, or well, my world, after the world was generated. So Vintium didn't really generate with the starting area. So, you know, and I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe Ars Magica has like a retro world generation like some of the mods have, where it inserts the ores in. So I did find some in the overworld. I had to dig quite a bit of ways. I did it off camera, of course, because I had to dig quite a bit of ways away to come across some Vintium ore veins. But now that I see clearly, it spawns in the Twilight Forest as well, along with the rules set by the Hexxit's. Hexxit doesn't. There's a mod in here. I really don't remember which mod it is, and I've been told it numerous times. But there's a mod in here that lets ores spawn on all different levels, not just the levels they're preset to spawn on. So I guess Vintium doesn't shares the same property, so it generates anywhere as well. But I just didn't see it because, like I said, I put Ars Magica in after the original world generation. So what I happen to mark here doesn't really seem to be like anything, but this isn't just a coincidence. This might be one of those hovels that Twilight Forest has, where there's a bunch of monsters in it, but because I have no sound, I can't hear it. So I'm gonna probably try and go to the top here, and I'll dig a hole in the center, to see if it like leads down somewhere. Because if it does, well then we can go check it out. Because we already got 10 minutes left on the episode, and I'm searching for a maze and I really found nothing. So it's kind of disappointing. But you know, I don't really have the nothing I can really do about it. So let's see. Let's dig a hole. Yes, I have 3 dogs, so if you hear the barking, that's them. They have a tendency to bark at anybody and everyone who passes by. So I may mute the mic unexpectedly as well, and that's just because I don't want to blast your ears with their loud, obnoxious barks. And why am I lagging so much? It has to be because of the new generation. It has to be because of new world region chunk generation. Because see, the overworld, we have plenty of areas explored. That, coupled with the facts that I'm running fraps, probably not really sitting too well. But you know, give it a little minute. That's why I'm stopping every once in a while to let the world around me generate. So if I'm just stopping and then just talking and not moving, yes, it can be lag, but it could also be that I'm doing it purposely to let the world generate around me. What is this? These are runes. Oh, it's a mob spawner that's not spawning mobs. Okay. It had a chest in it. Oh, there we go, YouTube. See, we had a little bit of content, right? How exciting that was. That was fantastic. I really loved that. That was great. And there's a mob spawner up top. What? Clearly this was a malformed thing, huh? Alright, I have items floating around me once again, as usual. So let's clean up inventory once again. This becomes very tedious, not for nothing. I wish there was like a mod in here like the forestry mod. The forestry mod backpacks. You know how an empty chest. Wow. I'm telling you, this Twilight Forest adventure is just getting better and better. That's just what it is. It's just getting better and better. Anyway, yeah, I wish there was like a forestry mod. Oh wow, look at that! I have only 1 bar of food. Huh. I wish there was like a forestry mod in here that you know, like the forestry backpacks where like you mine stuff and it auto gets sorted into whatever backpacks you're currently have. Which, like, you know, you have a miner's backpack which picks up all the ore for you and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. We got another Ars Magica structure. Look at that. Finding plenty of Ars Magica structures, but I'm not finding anything that I actually want. I want a maze. And I want it to be an actual maze, not an empty maze. Because empty mazes suck, and I just fell in a hole. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. We got like 8 minutes left. This is another one of those catwalk Ars Magica structures. A squirrel. Look how cute you are. So, let's see what we got going here. Is there any... There's not even a tower around here. Like, you know, a lich tower or something that I can explore. I think I'm in the wrong biome. I think they're in, like, dark forests or something, but... There's, like, nothing around here. Oh, boy. Well, it's Twilight Forest, huh? Yeah. You know what? We only got 8 minutes of the episode left. So, in order to not bore you guys with running around the Twilight Forest looking for a maze, I'm going to take a quick break right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some Ars Magica in the overworld. So, I'll be right back. Alright, YouTube, we are back, and we're about to go into the overworld, and I just wanted to make note of this. I didn't see it before. There actually happens to be an obsidian pillar right near the Twilight portal, which is great, because that's usually a landmark for, like, ravens and stuff, for when we get into, like, magic maps and all that. So anyway, we're back. And I like these little break things, because these little break things, they let me basically continue a video with, you know, short intermissions so that I don't run over time. So like I said, we have about 8 minutes left, 8.5 minutes left, so we're going to do some Ars Magica construction. Now, one thing that you should know about Ars Magica is that there's one spell you should really look into getting, provided you don't have it. It is True Sight, or Sense Energy, rather. You use Sense Energy, and it will tell you, once I can get it, this one? Yeah, there you go. It will tell you how much essence is inside a Nexus or anything else, and how much deficit is in it. Deficit is bad. Deficit causes your structures to explode. So why don't we start doing some Ars Magica to finish up this episode. We'll start by running some power through this entire base. So to do that, we have to take our Nexus, and we have to cycle the flow of power from the Nexus throughout the entire base. Now to do that, we use conduits. I think they're this one, right? Essence conduits. Yeah. Take some Vintium dust and some stone. The Vintium dust is easy because we got that from the forest. We got this. Now to make Vintium dust, I think it's you just throw it in a furnace, I believe. Right? Either way, I believe that's how you do it, because I have some already from what I found before. So we take some Vintium, we'll take some of Vintium dust that I already have. We'll take some stone. Well, we're gonna have to make some stone. So we'll make some stone. We don't need a lot. I think it's like a 10 block radius for the I think it's like a 10 block radius for the conduits. So we'll get some dust going. I really wish I had some more regular stone. Either way, while that's cooking up, let's sort through my inventory a little bit here. Got our cobblestone, got our dirt, got our ores that are gonna be. We got our flowers and our herbs. You see, it would be so great if, like you can in forestry, if you could just shift click and they go right into the chest. So that would be awesome. But alas, it is not the case. So, and I'm not really one to complain. It's more of something that would just be pretty cool to have. So let's go through this. We have that. We have our miscellaneous stuff. We have our other stuff here. Yes, that's my dog in the background. These are the blocks we have. You know what? The blocks can actually stay in there for now. These are part of nature. Those are ores and dusts. So this can go here, here, here. And this can go here. No, wrong thing. This can go in here. And this wrong once again. It's fantastic. You know, shift clicking on a chest and it doesn't open for you. It's awesome. And this can go here. Alright, good, fantastic. Now let's see how much of it cooked up. Good. Alright, so got that. We got the Vintium dust, and now we're going to make some conduits, which are that, and that. See that dog staring at me at the top of my screen right now? It's like it knows my dogs are barking. It's like, what are you doing? Alright, so we'll start off with 2 conduits for now. So the way this is going to work is, it's raining. Fantastic. Doesn't really matter. The way this is going to work, we have our Nexus here. So we need to put blocks to let the power flow. I think it's a radius of 10, I think. And it could be in any direction. So let's see. For here, I could probably have one. I could probably put one up here. So put one. I just don't want any creepers to be creeping. So we'll put one conduit here. I don't know if it's going to reach. Okay, that should be good. there's a ladder there. That would explain it. Alright, let's see if this is going to reach. Looks like it might be reaching. I can't tell. Like the old... I can't really tell. So let's see. Do we have stuff building up? There's also another piece that you're supposed to add so that these things prevent deficit from building up. I forgot what it was. Is it? I don't remember. Let's see. Let's go to the Ars Magica table here. Oh, that's because I still have essence in that thing. What are you? You're a crystal something. Yeah, crystal pillar. There you go. This requires also more stone. Now, am I getting them confused? I don't think I'm getting them confused. I'm pretty certain that the essence conduit is what charges the enemy, and the crystal energy, and the crystal pillar is what filters out the deficit. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I'll double check it in between episodes. But that's something that we're going to set. As you can see, there are monsters nearby. Okay. Can't even make it day. So not only is it raining, it's raining and I can't make it day. Creeper. They're just drawn to my home, aren't they? Must be the creeper head. Anyway. Let's try and make it day now, shall we? Okay. So, got that. And this should be cooked up. These should be cooked up. Let's throw some more cobble in there. Cook up some more. It's downstairs. I should probably keep like a stack of cobble in my upstairs chest. Just for the hell of it. Obviously, I'm just going to throw this stack in, but I'm not going to use it all. So, what we're going to make? A crystal pillar. You know what? I'm not going to make a crystal pillar just yet. I want to get the essence flowing first, because I want to see if there's an animation of some type to show that it's, you know, flowing. So let's see. Right now, it's not. It's still not storing. And I could be doing, like I said, I could be doing this totally wrong, but, you know, it could be that you need to have an actual item that powers first before the conduit filters through it. I could be doing it totally wrong. And if that's the case, I apologize. But, oh, no, never mind. Lit up. Yep, lit up. Okay. I don't know why it's not reaching this, though, is it? It should reach that. I just think it should. Maybe not. Yeah, you could put stuff in the essence conduit. You could put different types of upgrades into it. It's pretty cool, actually. So we have power flowing from here. I want to get it to flow over there, but it's not working. I don't know if height plays a role. So that was the timer if it time's up, but you know, let's see something. I just want to check something out real quick here. Once again, I'm sorry that this episode wasn't as productive as I would have liked it to be. Like I said, I probably should have explored the Twilight Forest a little bit, but I wanted to, like, you know, do it with you guys. But I probably should have explored it a little bit more first, just so I can get the gist of where I'm going to go. So I'll probably do that in between this episode and next episode, because this episode, you know, it was cool going into the Twilight Forest and all, and this still isn't working. That's something I'll have to look into in between episodes as well. But, you know, it was cool going into the Twilight Forest, but I would have really liked to do a bit more. And unfortunately, you know, the way it worked out, that didn't really happen. And this isn't. There we go. So, I believe in between episodes I'm going to probably do a little bit of exploring to try and better map out where we will be going and what we will be doing. The reach is there. I don't even think I need that many, do I? Let's see. So next episode I'm going to map out. No, I don't. Next episode I'm going to map out where we'll be going and what we'll be doing. Maybe I'll find a, I'll find some type of, I'll find something beforehand, see if we can run into something. But that's a little bit of Ars Magica. Maybe between episodes, since I showed you how to really send the power throughout the base, I'll create some fancy little things and see what doesn't work and stuff like that. Just to, make it nice looking, because this is going to be like the Imperial City. We gotta make it look good. Well, I think I'm gonna have to wrap up the episode. Unfortunately, didn't really go according to plan, but that's one of the things about doing a Let's Play live. You don't have any pre-recorded stuff, you just kind of go with it. So, until next time, YouTube, I hope you like the vid, comment, and subscribe. Even though we didn't do too much, it was still something, oh yeah, I made an infinite water source. Totally random, I know. Anyway, until next time, YouTube, next week we'll have another 2 episodes, and hopefully, well, not hopefully, they will be a bit better. We'll have some more planned out things to do. So until next time, YouTube, take it easy.